Hello, Internet. If you're watching this on a rerun, you can skip 6 minutes to the top of the show. That would be cool. Or go to about minute 14, and that's when we get into the news segment and the special topic today. This is going to be an awesome show. So I'll kick off the start screen now. Get some audio jams going while we wait. How about that? I popped my face on there because the live chat replay won't work if I trim off the countdown timer. Isn't that weird?
Welcome to All Things YouTube. Your host, Matt Haas, will be here soon. While you're waiting, here are 4 things you can do. 1. Get to know others in the chat room. Make friends. Don't be shy. Only awesome people like yourself are allowed in here. 2. Share this show. Hey, your friends also need to up their YouTube game. 3. Like and join this show's Facebook page and group. They're both great resources. Finally, slap a big ol' like on this video. That really helps. Matt will be here soon.
Hey everyone. As always, I have a hot mic while this countdown timer is going. I see a few fun people in the room here. Harneal Media, Mark Lindsay, CNC, Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashirs, Dave Gatton, Brenda G's Designs, to name a few. This is the show you will want to share. It's going to be awesome. Mark telling me what he did. Number 1, oh heck no. Number 2, I did. Number 3, I did. Number 4, I did. Yay! All right, who wants more audio jams? This is free music. Anyone on the internet can download it from amplitunes.com. Mark, you're too funny. Dave Gatton says, pooped, with 3 exclamation points and says, what's up, awesome piano man? I'm good. I love the piano. I wish A minor would be removed from all songs of all time. That would make my life a lot easier. Ooh, Harneal Media says he shared it, but it won't let him share the group. Ooh, that's odd. Maybe I should open that up a bit. Thank you, Mr. Steve Nealon. Yeah. I dig it. Those 8-bit icons never get old. Here comes the TARDIS. It's vanishing in space and time. 9 cat. I love memes. Who doesn't love memes? Come on. The USS Enterprise. No admin denied. Okay. Here we go. It's about to start. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another All Things YouTube. I am your host, Matt Haas. I am glad you are here. This is going to be an awesome show. We have an extra bonus topic. I'm going to be talking about how to be awesome on camera. Because let's face it, you all have YouTube channels and you're all on camera. Well, there's some do's and don'ts and some tips and tricks, and I'm going to break it all down and make everyone more awesome. But you got to promise not to be too awesome because you're going to blow me out of the water, and no, that's not how it works. Rising tide raises all boats. That's what I believe. I want to make everyone better. And if you do become better than me, awesome. More power to you. Although a lot of you probably are already. So, oh my goodness. Who's in the house? Billy Burt just showed up. Mark Lindsay CNC. Harneo Media. That's Mr. Steve Nealon. Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashirs. Marcel's Workshop. And who else did I say? I know I'm missing someone. Dave Gatton and Brenda G's here. This is the show you will want to share. Jam-packed with notes, baby. Come on, come on, come on. If you're watching a rerun, you might want to skip till timestamp about 14. That's when the show gets going. But we'll play along here for a little bit with some stuff to do beforehand. Remember, I have a page and group. They're both free. Like the page, join the group. Links are in the video description. And, the group's there 24/7, so you could get community support. In addition to just asking me, I will always help when I can and if I can. A few people give me monetary monthly donations through Patreon. Yes, this is my woodworking channel, Awesome Wood Things, but all the monies there support both All Things YouTube and Awesome Wood Things and All Things YouTube. Supports it all, which is good. And over here, you can go to awesomewoodthings.com/support. Bunch of different ways. Patreon and Subscribestar. You can set up monthly donations there. Shop through Amazon, buy a t-shirt, PayPal donations, and sending me physical stuff to my address. So that's all there on awesomewoodthings.com/support. Woo, some audio is running amok here. That's just the way it is. So let's get back into this. Some of the top patrons: Jerry Brown from Polly Once a Crafter, Portal Woodworks, and Osprey Mama. Osprey Mama just dropped a new video. Some more adolescent hawks on her property. All things birds, obviously. Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashirs is another top supporter. Thank you for that. These are all $1 supporters. All YouTube channels except the podcast over there, this one. Let's see who they are. Shane's Hobby Shop. Miter Mike's Wood Shop. # Marvelous McKenna. She's McKenna, and she's marvelous. Anna B Workshop. It's Anna B's birthday today, so if you see her on the interwebs, tell her happy birthday. OJ Woodworking Crafts. Javi's Wood Shop. Marcel's Workshop. JP Woodwork, that's Mr. Jamie Page, The Mad Maker, and Mr. Mike Laffey from maybeI'vesaidtoomuch.com. That's a podcast, and they are recording their podcast at the top of the hour at 8 p.m. Eastern today after this show, so maybe we'll go raid that. Special thanks to MakersMediaNetwork.com. I am a proud member of Makers Media Network. And did you see I launched a new channel, Piano Awesome? This is a show where, or a channel where I teach you how to read sheet music and play the piano, but I do so in a lighthearted, fun way. And yes, there will be fart jokes and a whole bunch of shenanigans. So if you want to go over there and hit a red button, push on that, I would appreciate it. You would be, one of the top 20 people over there, because I don't have many red button pushes over on that channel. And you know what I do on Thursdays? I go over to Brenda G's Designs channel, and we do a show called Mind Equals Blown on Thursday. It's a support show. You can make friends, and we ask the audience to give us interesting facts. And if it blows our mind, we give out virtual tacos and cowbell rings. And now Brenda has cowbells in each hand. So the cowbell production factor just went up and up and up over there. Oh, my goodness. Matt called shenanigans. Where's my broom? Says Mark Lindsay CNC in the chat. Got my chat working today. Yay, I can call that up now. That's fun. Had some technical issues with that the other week, but I have solved the technical issues. Hey, did you see? I also published a new video about rounded sub counts on All Things YouTube. Sometimes I publish straight videos, are usually 2 to 3 minutes long. And if you want to hear what I have to say about the new rounded/abbreviated subcounts on the interface and the API, that's the video to check out. All right. Oh, Brenda mentioned in the chat she's doing a Halloween giveaway. So you can check out her channel and see what that's all about. Essentially, she's giving away some Halloween decorations, mostly masks, some that light up. Really cool. So she's got a surplus of those, and she's giving them out to the community. So that's pretty awesome. I just gave away my artwork. I ran a contest, and someone entered and won. I did that on Awesome Wood Things, and so I'm happy about that. John Wills won. Go check him out. He's got a YouTube channel, doesn't post to it often, but he's pretty active in the community, so that would be fun. Artfully Yours with Diana's here. Oh, and she says, yes, she saw my newest video. Thank you, Artfully Yours with Diana. That's cool. I'm glad you did. Yeah, I'm posting all kinds of fun stuff. And I'm in the shop, too, on my woodworking channel, so if you like that, there'll be more stuff to hit that channel soon. Brenda G says, 2 masks, 3 big packages of banners and stuff, all brand new is what she's giving away. So go to the Brenda G's Designs YouTube channel and go check that out. Hey, I'll drop a Mind Equals Blown link in the chat now, and then you can go hit the, you can subscribe to the channel, and you can hit the set reminder button for Thursday's show. So that's Thursday the 19th. And then after you do that, come right back. Don't go away. You're going to miss the show. All right, there is there's just one news topic, all right, before we get into the extra bonus topic of how to be awesome on camera or how to talk to the camera. And they're experimenting, YouTube is experimenting with what they're calling profile cards. So if you see a comment on your video, you will be able to pop up a card that will have all comments from that user to your channel. So you'll be able to kind of, at a glance, see the type of interactions that user has had with you on all of your videos. It will not span comments they put on other people's channels, but it's just a way for channel owners to get a better grasp of who is commenting on their video. And hey, I think that's pretty awesome. I really do. I mean, I didn't think of that, but sure, I'll take that. There's nothing to really show on that news snippet because it's all being developed. But hey, I like the sound of that a lot. I really do. All right. Hey, yeah, there's some good chats going on over there. I love the chat room. I really do. I really do. If you have questions along the way, don't forget to hit the @ symbol and start typing all things YouTube. You'll see the channel pop up. Click it and then type your comment. It'll show up nice and yellow on my screen. I do have Discord up. If anyone wants to play along in the Discord and watch the chat and pass me questions that I might miss, you can do that. That's a 24-hour Discord link. If you don't know what Discord is, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Take a drink from my man crafting mug. You know about man crafting, don't you? There we go. mancraftingtm.com. You can have Yeti branded laser, porcelain etched with lasers mugs, and he will make just one or more. Just one. Most won't do that. Not sponsored. Nothing on my channel is sponsored. Everything I talk about is just talked about because I want to. Niantic River Woodcrafting with Chris Nealon is here. Hello, you got here just in time. And Marcel says hello in the chat. Excellent. Mark says they are talking about my way to shout out or recognize folks who give quality interaction. Or are they leaving it up to us? Are they talking about? Oh, geez. Who knows, Mark? Who knows? And there's Anna B. Workshop. Hello, Anna B. And happy birthday. It's Anna B.'s birthday today. Let me guess, you're 19 years young, right? Dun, dun, dun. All right. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. We're talking about how to talk to the camera. Man, I have, yeah, awesome mug, Anna B. I think Anna got her mug created around the same time as mine did. I think Chad made mine right after he made Anna's, and I helped Anna with some of her artwork. Remember, I'm an expert in Adobe Illustrator, so if you have Adobe Illustrator production needs, not necessarily design help, but if you have trouble with existing artwork or you need help, hey, ask me. I might be able to help. Anna says, yes, Matt, always 19. I knew it. Yep, that's good. Good. All right. Well, let's talk about talking to the camera. All right. A lot of tips here. And I'm sure everyone has a bunch of tips too. I might get to the tip if you have them. Oh, now Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashir's is on Discord, but he has a really sore throat. That's okay. Since this is mostly me looking at the screen, I should be able to follow the chats pretty well. So don't worry about it, Jim, on Discord. Jim sometimes helps me on Discord. What I'm talking about is people will watch the show live and they'll speak to me, which I can hear them, but you can't hear them. They speak to me through the Discord service. And it's a way I can get production support, all to make the show better for you. This is done for your benefit. And, hey, because I don't want to miss comments. Now, sometimes comments are missed. That's fine. Or questions are missed. It's not on purpose. You know, I do my best here. So just ask again if you have to. But, yep. Okay. Let's start off the topic about how to talk to the camera with a statement that if you're doing an uploaded video, you can edit, you can throw away on the cutting room floor all of the takes. And here's a little inside baseball with me. When I do videos, I never get it on the first take. As a matter of fact, I always have to do at least 3 takes. A lot of my stuff is the 4th, 5th, or 6th take, sometimes even longer. And, you know, I find that even if my first take is okay, I can usually refine what I've said and either shrink the sentences or just get more clear on it. And so, yeah, I mean, so if you're stressed about talking in front of the camera and you're doing an uploaded video, don't stress, because you can toss away all of the stuff that doesn't work for you, and no one's the wiser on edited videos that you upload to YouTube. Now, some tips will be for edited videos specifically. Some tips will be for live streams specifically, but the majority of them are just in general, and they'll work everywhere. Hey, the American Wanderer is here. Welcome to All Things YouTube. I'm Matt Haas, and I'm talking about how to talk to the camera. And again, I just want to make everyone better on YouTube, because I think YouTube is where it's at for education and entertainment. I'm not a big fan of broadcast television, and I think this medium, user-generated video, is going to crush it, and I want to further that. Mark says he always shoots intros and outros 3 or 4 times, then picks the ones he likes the best. Sometimes I'll edit parts out of them. Yep, good. Dave Gatton says he always nails it on the first take, and then I realized I forgot to turn on the mic. Oh, I did that myself. I mean, the mic was on, but it was muted in the software. So I was like, ugh, darn. Jen's Woodworking and Things is here. Hi, Jen's Woodworking and Things. Glad to have you here. I'm talking about how to talk to the camera, and I'm just getting started. So if you want to share this with friends, now's the time. They will appreciate it, I'm sure. All right. So let's get into it. General topics. Okay. Some of these are going to be just quick ones. Some will seem obvious. That's fine. Don't threat. Just you will get something out of this, I guarantee. Okay. First, general topic. Love what you're talking about. Be passionate. That really helps. So that's just the subject matter that you're talking about. And I think we've all kind of dialed that in with the types of channels that we have. The next one is, you have to talk about the good and the bad. Like, if you're always, like, I'm a positive guy. Like, I try and look on the bright side of things most of the time. But you know what? With all of my YouTube channels and all of the things I talk about online, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. So your audience will appreciate it if you, give the bad with the good. So you can't be a shill. Like, you just can't. This topic, everything's always perfect. That's not how it works. So, I think that's a good point. Now, I'm a big fan of bulleted lists of topics. You can write down word for word what you're going to say. And this is for uploaded videos, not necessarily live videos. A lot of people are like, well, what teleprompter looks good? And some of those teleprompters are pretty awesome. Like, you can put them right in front of the lens, and then it shoots up, and, the lens can't see it, but the actor can. But I'm telling you, it's very difficult to read off a teleprompter and have the content be good, be excellent. You can do it. Some people do it successfully, but the majority of the people, the best method is to figure out what you want to say and build bulleted lists. Some people will write out all of it and then take that written statement and then just condense it into bulleted lists. Mark Lindsay says, teleprompters and scripts aren't any good when you wear reading glasses. Yeah. Well, glasses present problems because, look, if I look 5 degrees north, see what happens? I get the green stuff. But if I jack that too high, then it casts. Don't have bad eyesight. That's step number 1 to how to be good looking on camera. But All right. So, yeah, bulleted points are the way to go. And again, my method, just this is what works for me and what I'm stuck with, is I use the bulleted points and I record. Usually about the fourth time, it's good. Very often, I go up to about 6 times. Billy Burt says he don't need no stinking teleprompter. Good for you, Billy. All right. I'm just gonna keep going. I mean, keep the chats going. If you have a comment about what I say, just chime in there, and we'll riff off of it. All right. So let's see. Now here's something a lot of people tell you. Talk as if you're talking to a friend. You hear that all the time. I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, it depends on the content of your topic. Definitely talk as if you're talking to one person, because that's the viewing environment. People are watching your videos and they are just one person. So talk as if you're talking to one person. Oh, Artfully Yours with Diana says, don't have bad eyesight. She's a legally blind artist, and she's fabulous, by the way. Fabulous as a person and fabulous as an artist. And I went to design school, so I think I'm a good judge of who is above board creative, and that's definitely you. Yeah, well, it's just the glasses. The glasses have camera issues, so. You just can't solve it. I mean, you could pop out the lenses, but then, whole other problems exist. So I say talk as if you're talking to one person for sure. I mean, some say talk as if you're applying for a job. That might be a little too stuffy. Pretend it's a friend if that what works for you. But I think the big point is have a conversation as if you're talking to one person. Now, that one person isn't going to talk back. That's just part of the dynamic of putting yourself in front of the camera. But that will come off a lot better. Trying to keep up with the chat here. Okay. All right. So I've got yeah. Oh, Jim joined me on the Discord. Yep. So, okay. Yeah, definitely one-on-one. Next is the pace. Now, the pace and how fast you speak, that's totally up to you. Me, I'm a fast talker. I've always been a fast talker. My brain moves fast and my mouth moves fast, and that's fine. But if you can throttle it back just a bit, things become exponentially more easy. What do I mean by that? Slowing it down gives you so much more time to kind of think through the next thing you're going to say while you're saying it. And hey, if you're a fast talker and you can rattle it off and you don't miss a beat, hey, that's great. You do you. You don't have to follow everything I say here. This is more like a list of suggestions that either work generally for most people or work for me, but not everything is going to fit you perfectly, and that's fine. That's fine. So if you have a little bit of anxiety or a little bit of trouble, just try talking just a bit more slowly. Now, Mark says, in my tutorial videos, I talk as if the viewer is sitting next to me and I'm actually showing them how to do something. That's perfect, Mark. Mark, that is spot on. Mark has an education channel. He teaches people how to use a piece of software and woodworking equipment, and that's great. That is perfect. And Mark says, I purposely slowed down my speech because I'm the guy who does closed captioning. Oh, that's true too. Closed captioning works a lot better if you hit every word and you don't blend things together and you don't use contractions and slang and things like that. Or talk with a Irish accent. Legitimately, from a technical point of view, having voice recognition on that particular accent is very, very difficult. Oh, Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashir has a good comment. Einstein said, if you can't explain something to a 5-year-old, you don't know enough about it. And, that's sort of just a general thing that I try and do, is condense it down. Say it in as few words as possible and hit it once and move on. But that's just what I like to do. So yeah, if you're having trouble and you're talking fast, just try and throttle down the speed at which you talk a little bit, and it will make a big difference. It will make a big, big difference. Next, be comfortable, be loose. A lot of people, they'll lean like this. I'm not sitting here all stuffy armed or anything like that. A lot of people talk about the hands. What do you do with your hands? And there's two schools of thought. A couple schools of thought. There's a concept about a box like in front of you. And yeah, be comfortable to just, or, you can go outside the box and do this. I'm a hand talker. I really am. It's just something I like. It's something I think works well. And my tip there is to just do what's comfortable for you. I mean, I like, when I say you, like sometimes I'll point. If I make a grand gesture, if I'm this versus that, I do a whole bunch. I'm not even thinking about it most of the time. So just, but be comfortable. It will be more engaging to the person watching your video if you're comfortable and relaxed and you're, it just works, so I like that. I like that a lot. Now, here's something that's very hard to do, and I've gotten better at it, but I'm not perfect at it. And that is looking at the lens of the camera, not down here. Now I'm looking at myself below the lens, and now I'm looking at the lens. It's so subtle, but you should really, really, please do this. Please do this. Try and look at the lens of the camera. You will instantly up the quality of your video, albeit live or albeit recorded video. Look at the lens. Now, some people do the Casey Neistat and they'll put on sunglasses, so the user can't tell where they're looking. So now you can't tell where I'm looking. And this is equally good. But I'm indoors, it's nighttime, and these aren't prescription. So, not an option for me. But do look at now, you don't have to have your eyes fixated on it with everything you say. Sometimes look over here, sometimes look over there, or, I'll look down at my notes, and of course I'll go over to my bigger monitor and I'll do a demonstration over here looking that way. I mean, that's all fine. But when you're engaging in talking head mode, just, person in front of the camera, talking head, look at the lens. Let's see, I'm trying to catch up here on chat. Okay, Diana says on her iPhone and iPad, it looks like she's looking off to the side. I don't know, but you'll have to find where on the iPad is the actual lens and then look into that. Because if you're looking at the screen, you're not looking at the lens because the lens is not on the screen. It's on the border of the screen. Oh, yeah, Mark Lindsay says he needs to experiment with the monitor brightness because the monitor is reflected back into the eyes. And that's a good comment, Mark, because this monitor I'm looking into, one, it's in dark mode. Two, I have removed everything I can to make it as dark as possible so you don't see the reflection of my monitor in my glasses. The background, pitch black. Black is black. None blacker. That's actually Merlin Mann's power tip for desktop publishing is no distractions on the desktop. Black is black. And I have dark mode turned on, and even the what do you call it, the bookmarks. These bookmarks, these have a little bit of white in them. Well, I hide the bookmarks because it's a little less bright. I really do. It used to be, before dark mode, I have the pop-out chat, and it used to be like a little sliver, which shows up green. See how it shows up green? So white shows up in my computer tinted glasses. There used to be like a little line on my, and that was the chat box. But now I turned the chat box black. So, oh, Mark says the physical height of his monitor with the camera on top of it. Oh, that's another thing. It's the power tip is have the lens be eye level, so you're not looking up at the camera, nor are you looking down. Well, down is actually a little bit better, because it's more flattering. Like some of the double chin stuff is harder. So like, see if my chin is like, if I get it like that, yeah. Look at that awesome chin line. Oh, the sexiness just went up. But if you're looking up at me, then you get that type of thing. Anyway, they say the best overall for most people is to put it directly eye level, and that's what I have. And you still get a little bit of this, but not much. And it's as if you're sitting across from me, and we're having a conversation. So you're not sitting higher than me looking down, and you're not sitting lower than me looking up. Okay, just trying to make sure I'm caught up there on the chat. Good stuff here. This is about half of it. I mean, I still got a lot to go, folks. So, I'm glad I'm able to deliver you premium content here on All Things YouTube. All right. So please look at the lens. Look at the lens. My beard covers my double chin, says Billy Burt. Yeah, good deal. All right. So the next topic is end on a down note. What do I mean by that? What does that mean? It's the inflection. So when you're speaking and you end a sentence, try not to end the word on a high note. So I'll give you an example. Let's go check out my channel, or let's go check out my channel. See, which sounded better? Like the up note sounds like you're questioning it. So it's like, let's go look at All Things YouTube. Doesn't sound right. I mean, it sounds fine, but it sounds better if you say, let's go check out my channel, All Things YouTube. See, the second one, I ended on a down note where I didn't have that up. So a few people end all sentences like that. And that's tough on camera to most viewers. So end on the down note. Australian question inflection, says Mark Lindsay CNC. Driveway Workshop says up talkers. Oh, don't talk about that one. That's on my list. I know up talkers when I hear one, but I have no idea if I am one. Well, I mean, that's what Jen's Woodworking and Things said. that's why you need to practice. Practice, practice, practice. You'll know. Listening to yourself back, you'll know. PA Hillbilly is here. Hi, PA Hillbilly. Welcome to All Things YouTube. I'm giving you tips on how to talk in front of the camera. All right. So, yeah, don't end up on an up note. Do you want to move on to the next topic? Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on. We'll do it live. Here's a good tip. All right. So this is for live streams. If you're not sure, don't go there. That's the tip. If you're not sure, don't go there. So if you think you want to go into a topic, but you're hesitant about that topic, just avoid it. Just avoid it. No harm, no foul. Because if you get into a topic and then you start to get tongue-tied or you haven't thought it through, so just try and avoid that. All right. This one I really like. I haven't heard this said too much, and it's kind of something I do all the time. But hey, I share everything with you so you can be better on YouTube. And that is ask a question and then answer it. I do this all the time. It's like, what's the best color for a logo? Green is the best color for a logo. Like, that's the example of. Now, that's not actually the best color for a logo. That's a whole other topic. But do that. It's instead of just launching into an item, pose it as a question and then answer the question. When the user hears and views that type of dynamic, it's so much better. It's so much better. So I'll do that all the time. Like, what's the best Wacom tablet? The Inuos is the best Wacom tablet. That was more engaging than just the Inuos is the best Wacom tablet. Try it. It might not seem any better when you're doing it, but when you watch yourself back, it makes for a much more engaging show. I see a lot of good tips being dropped in here. I do have them in my notes, so I'm going to cover some of this stuff coming up here. So I'm a big fan of if you have a comment that you want to say, pose it in the form of a question and then answer the question. It will just up the quality immensely. Okay, next one. Now, this is something we all have to deal with. The ums and the ahs. Really, there's no way around this except practice. Time on task. And for me, it was a slow process. Took years for this. I mean, I was an elected official. I did that for a while. So I talked in front of audiences there and honed the craft of speaking in public. And I've been doing YouTube for almost 5 years now. In November, it'll be 5 years for Awesome with Things. Yay, me. And then plus I speak in front of the fan club that I run. Anyway, it has taken a long time to refine this. And the best thing is to just start and then watch yourself back. Now, if you're doing sort of live stuff on Facebook or to other social medias and then you don't watch yourself back, watch yourself back. And it will, I just said it will get better. It really will. And then you'll start running into where you won't say the ums and the ahs, and then you'll replace them with other words. I do this a lot. I do well, and then say what I'm going to say, and I'll do so. The next thing is, well, a well and a so, they're just filler words. You don't need them. And I've taken one bad habit and replaced it with kind of another bad habit. But you can't all be perfect overnight. Like I've always said, the goal is to become incrementally better each time. That's all I shoot for. I just want my next piece of content to be just a little bit better than the previous one. That's all. So that's the way you have to look at it. Time on task and watching yourself back and doing it a lot will weed all of that out. And then Mark Lindsay said this earlier. I don't know if that has scrolled up or not, but he says silence. A small pause rather than saying or ah, or in my case, so or well, comes across much better. To you speaking, it's going to sound way awkward. But when you watch it back, a short pause, not awkward at all. In fact, many people prefer it. It gives the impression that you're forming your thought. You've got a brilliant thing you want to say, and that pause sort of is a signal to the user, the watcher, pay attention, and it works. It just, if you need to take a short little pause rather than saying a filler word, do it and keep doing it and watch yourself back and see if you like it. I guarantee you will like that. Got some tips coming in here. Marcel's Workshop says, don't scratch your head, tug your ears, or play with your nose. That's only if you're flirting. Isn't that like a tell that you like someone? Because when you do this, like you're drawing the attention to that feature. So women will play with their hair. They're like, look at my hair. That's what they're really subconsciously communicating. But no, that's a good idea. What's Mark Lindsay saying here? The hard part is dropping quote-unquote Americanisms, like right off the bat, to non-native speaker. That makes no sense. Yeah, Mark's got a viewer base all over the world. And, well, that's a challenge too, for sure. But practice. I mean, that's the next one. You just gotta practice and watch yourself back. I can't repeat that enough. Bert says he used a lot of colloquialisms, which is fine, depending on your channel. Oh, the American Wanderer says, learning a lot here. Thanks. Awesome. Jen's woodworking and things. I have a really bad habit of doing the hair thing when I'm nervous. Dave Gatton, I'm just going to keep being me, ums and ahs included. Hey, you do you, brother. Dave Gatton's killing it. He's got a huge audience. And, like I said, none of these fit everyone. So don't feel like everything I say you have to do. That's not it. That's not how it works here. Throwing this out, take what you want, try it or not, all good. As a matter of fact, if you did everything I said on this list, probably not a good idea. Mark says, I caught him. That's why he plays with his mustache so much. To bring more attention to it. Mark, that mustache is so epic. I must admit, I publicly declare, Mark's follicles are amazing. Okay. Now I'm going to get into some things I don't like. Now, this is personal. You might like this, and that's fine. You might like watching content creators do this, and you might like doing it yourself. That's okay. This is just what I don't like. Okay. 2 things I really don't like. I really, really, really don't like it. Vocal fry. I do not like vocal fry. You know what that is? That's when you like go real slow on the word. Vocal fry. Like that's vocal fry. drives me nuts. And it's not like I detect it most of the time or some of the time, all of the time. All the time. 100% of the time, I get that vocal fry. It's just not something I find pleasing. Mark says they come to his channel for tutorials and stay for the mustache follicles. Oh, Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashir. Is this where Comic Sans comes in up again? Don't get me started on Comic Sans. Yeah, so it's not something that I enjoy. So, and if I do not like it, maybe others don't like it too. But again, this isn't a list of everything you have to do. So you just you do you. Oh, Dave, Comic Sans rocks. He says Comic Sans rocks. Dave, come on. Okay. Second thing I don't like. This pertains to what I call talking head, which is a kind of a loose term. So if someone's speaking to the camera and the person speaking isn't moving, so they're not walking, they're not in a car, I'm stationary. So you're standing in front of a camera or you're sitting like me in front of the camera. Shaky cam, when you're just talking in front of the camera, drives me nuts. Handheld gimbal type stuff, handheld shots are good for motion. So if there's motion, then the camera can have some shake, deliberately or just not deliberately. That's fine. Talking head, if you have the choice of having a tripod or someone holding a camera while you talk, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It drives me nuts. So, talking head with shaky cam, not touching it at all. And I put that comment on Brian G. Johnson's Facebook group, and he took my comment and published it out to his channel. And he's working on 100,000 subscribers, and he gets 50,000 views on some of his more popular stuff, and boom, it was right there. My Facebook user icon and my comment were right there. I'm like, no shaky cam if the speaker is standing still. And so I think I'm on to something there. A couple other comments here. Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashir says breath noise, sucking noise. I almost quit a couple of podcasts because of it. That's tough. That's a tough one. Okay, so audio's tough. Audio is tough. I do a lot of where I'll purposely. I shouldn't say this because other people are probably gonna do it. I will be mindful of that while I'm delivering the content I want to deliver, but then at the end I'll I'll suck it all in. I gotta clip that off if I'm doing a voiceover published video, not a live video. But yeah. Yep. Oh, Marcel's got to run. Thanks, Marcel. Don't forget to drop a like on your way out if you haven't already. Liking the show page is free. It really helps out me and the channel. So I would appreciate that if you're into it. Drop a big old like. All right. So, two things I just don't like: vocal fry and shaky cam with talking head. But if that's what you like to do, hey, that's what you like to do. And then just a tip, like if you are using a handheld shot and you're filming something that's where the camera's mostly stationary, fast forwarding that really accelerates the subtle movements of a handheld camera. So if you shoot a 5-minute scene and you cram it all into 15 seconds on a super fast forward, it's not going to look good. So if you're doing fast forward in your published uploaded videos and you had a handheld shot, that's hard to pull off. Oh, Billy Burt says he clears his throat because of his asthma, and it drives him nuts. Yeah. Now, Bob Claggett from I Like to Make Stuff, he had a similar throat clearing issue, which he shared, where he goes, he like did that a lot just because it made what he said right after a lot better. Well, he got some advice from medical professionals that know about vocal cords and throats and speaking. And the advice to him was this, which I'll share. Check with your doctor. If you stop doing that, just stop doing that. Over time, you won't need to clear your throat. So the need to do that will go away, will physically go away if you just stop it. Now, it'll take a week and a half, 2 weeks of you not doing that for you to notice anything. But if you consciously don't clear your throat because you just want to clear your throat because you speak easier afterwards, that can be solved just by not doing it over a prolonged period of time. That's what he was told, and he reported it worked for him. Now, I can't speak to that personally, and I'm not a medical professional, but hey. So if you're a throat clearer, just try not clearing your throat. Niantic River Woodworking with Chris Nealon says it's a habit. Yep. And Billy Burt says he edits that out as much as he can. And Jim Bashir says clearing your throat is bad for your voice box. So, and water, lubrication of the throat. Very, very important. Okay. A few tips on editing or uploaded videos. This pertains to I had a few of those sprinkled in, but these pertain to just uploading videos. Jump cuts. Use the jump cuts. It's brilliant. If you have a pause or something like that, do a jump cut. What do I mean? Just take out a section of the video and smash it together and just run it in there. And, the subject, will kind of bounce a little bit because you're not going to be in the exact same spot. And it looks good. It looks real good. So when you're editing, do jump cuts. When you're editing, push in. I've said this before on All Things YouTube, so just zoom in a little bit and then zoom back out. If you're just talking, point one's over, point two's about to start, boom, pull in. Or you can slowly push in so you can get a little bit closer over time and then snap back out. These are all great visual tips, and some of them can help you hide the ums and ahs or extra long pauses. Diana says she cringes when she hears her voice on live streams. She doesn't know why. She says she sounds loud. Well, Portal Woodworks is here. Hi, Portal. Welcome to All Things YouTube. We are talking about how to be awesome on camera. And Billy says her daughter is a clinical speech pathologist, and they've discussed this topic. That's great. All right. I also, for edited videos, I also like on-screen elements. Pop them up. Every time you do that, it's something's changing on screen, and subconsciously to the viewer, they're like, "Oh, I got to pay attention." They won't say that, they won't think that, but the mind will respond that way if something changes on screen. And all that cutting in and pushing in and pulling out and zooming in, it's all something changing on screen. That's the reason this flips every 20 seconds. It's just a little bit different. Helps. They say you should do it every 10 seconds. I thought that was a bit much, but So those are tips for editing. Tips for microphone. You have a microphone. First, audio is the most important part of any video. I know, video quality. Audio. Audio is so much more important to get right. I don't know how many YouTubers have said, I spent too much on cameras and lenses up front. I should have spent the money on audio. That's so true. No one will suffer through bad audio. People will suffer through bad video. That's fine. It could be, you could kind of talk yourself, oh, it's gritty, it's edgy, it's grungy, it's on purpose. You know, you can, but audio quality, gotta be, the tip is stay on it. If you're coming off of it, you know, it'll drop. And then, you know, if you're on it, you're on it. That's why I have this earbud in here, is because I can hear myself, and I have it coming right off of this earbud thing here. This is the XLR to USB. That it's real time voice of the microphone. So what the microphone picks up, it's a real time it doesn't go into the computer and then come back out of the computer. I mean, like that would be probably just fine, but that's the way I have this. And the only reason I do is because if I come off of it, I can hear myself getting fainter in my earbuds. So do that if you need to. Or if you have a lapel mic, then it's not going to be a real problem. Last couple tips on live shows. This is kind of more video, but I'm a big fan of unprofessional is the new professional. Like, you see so many live streams where, you know, they're full-on businesses. They're running a full-on business. But, you know, they've got stuffed animals. They've got pop culture stuff. You got to make the background interesting. And, you know, this isn't a stuffy corporate office. I mean, a lot of things I talk about are, you know, pretty big topics. I mean, they're not, you know, stuffed beavers and stuffed Yoshis and Pac-Man stuff and sci-fi stuff. But, you know, hey, so I like to think unprofessional is the new professional. Be relatable, be fun in the background of your set. That's all good. Artfully Yours with Diana says, my best performance video has been meditative music with no talking, but so good video quality. Hey, I'm glad that resonated well. Did Mr. Jim Dockrell just show up? Hi, Jim. Do I have any moderators here? Jim Dockrell's in the house. Just kidding, Jim. You know we love you. All right. Couple more. Tips for more live stream stuff is when you read the comments back, say the name of the person who commented. And what I like to do is use the name of the YouTube channel. So my Mark Lindsay's there, but when I say a comment from Mark Lindsay, I say Mark Lindsay CNC because that's the name of the channel. I don't know. I just think that's nice. I mean, people are on YouTube and they want marketing. And then what better way to give them marketing than to just say the channel name as they have it listed, because that's what people will search for. So I like to always speak the channel name. And well, in almost all cases where it makes sense, I'll speak the channel name if I'm repeating a comment from a live viewer on a live show. I just think that's good practice. And then the final tip is, if things go wrong, bring the live audience into it. I mean, I had an issue here with this thing not working. And, you know, I was clear about it. I tried to solve it. I kept everyone up to date on what I was doing. And, I mean, it's all about being real and relatable. And the point is, you will never have everything go right all of the time, and that's fine. People actually like it when things aren't perfect all of the time. Some of the best uploaded videos in the woodworking side and the making side, a lot of people will not show the mistakes they make when they're building a project out of wood or something else. And some people will. And a lot of times people who leave that stuff in, it's like, hey, I'm glad you left that in. It's good to know that you've struggled through it and it was entertaining to see you solve it. Now, when you're live, we're talking about live, I mean, you can't edit it out live because it's live, but bring the people along with you when you're dealing with a problem. Hey, Him and I Woodworking is here. Hello, Him and I Woodworking. Says, hey guys, welcome to All Things YouTube and Frankie CNC and Woodworking channel. Hello, hello. So there you go. That is the tips on talking to the camera. And again, pick the things that you think will resonate with you. Try them. You don't have to do them all. Just because I like one thing over the next doesn't mean you will, and doesn't mean the audience will. I'm not represented. I'm not a representative of every viewer on YouTube. I mean, this is a very diverse place with a lot of different interests and a lot of likes and don't likes. I'm just throwing out what works for me, and I'm trying to make everyone better on YouTube. Diverse is stretching it, Matt says. Driveway workshop with Jim Sears. I'm just saying, people like what they like and they don't like what they don't like. But, all right. That's the topic for today. I think we'll try and wrap the show up there. If you have show topics, I think these shows tend to do better when I have a topic in addition to just going over the news. So if you have a topic, hey, throw it by me. I might just do it, and I will appreciate it no matter what. So if you have questions, let me know. I'm Matt Haas on Facebook. This is facebook.com/ and then this with no space. Send me a message there. I'm kind of mostly active on Facebook, although that should probably change. And yeah, so remember, the next show is on Monday the 23rd. That is the link. Go there, click set reminder, and then come back and we'll finish off the show. Remember to drop a like, not only on this video page, that helps the channel, dropping a like. Oops, sorry about that. But also go to the Facebook page, this channel's Facebook page, drop a like there, and then take the Facebook group. You can request to be a member of the All Things YouTube group. Oh, it was just on screen there. That would be fun. And if you haven't pushed the red button over on my new channel, Piano Awesome, and you want to follow me there, go ahead and push the red button over on Piano Awesome. And then don't forget Thursday. This Thursday on Brenda G's Designs is the Spooktacular giveaway. Brenda's giving away a whole basket full of goodies on Mind Equals Blown, so you can do that. And what's Mark Lindsay saying here? He says, and above all, drop stuff on your mic. People wearing headphones love that. Oh, was that a loud spike? Sorry about that. Try not to drop stuff on your mic. I'm very mindful about the overall volume. So if I have different sources, I try and level out the volume. And if a piece of power equipment's running, turn the volume down, all that good stuff. You need about 5 more channels. The American Wanderer said that. I do. Hey, if you want to just go nuts, I've got, where's my other channel here? This one, Awesome Fun Things. I'm starting to post on Awesome Fun Things. I did a video about this. How this Japanese watch, the letters glow, but not the background. Look at that. It's going to be nuts. Watch this. Oh, you can't really see it. Let me get this off of here. Well, that's not what I want. There. Let me try and do it real dark. Watch this. See that? Well, let's try and do it like this here. Okay, watch this. Boy, that's web camera's not that powerful. But you see how the letters are glowing and not the background? That is super bright in real life. This ISO on this webcam's not very good. Anyway, I did a little video on Awesome Fun Things about that feature, and it shows up much better because I used a real camera when I filmed that. All right. I think we'll end it here. Thank you, everyone. Oh, and before you go, let's all go over, if you have time, to the Maybe I've Said Too Much live podcast recording. I'm going to drop that in the chat. And tell them Matt sent you. I think that would be fun if you did that. It starts in 5 minutes and 12 seconds. So if you want to go over to the Maybe Podcast channel, episode 116, there, I think Rebecca DeGroot is going to be the featured maker, and she makes spider-inspired artwork. Does Matt have more watches or channels? Oh, says Jim Bashir, or it says Jim Dockrell. I have 4 watches, and I have 4 channels, 4 main channels. I actually have six YouTube channels, but I only post to 4 of them. So it's a draw. It's a draw. I have 1 YouTube channel per watch. And don't you like the white? Doesn't the white look really good? It just like pops. I'm getting a new ring too, though. I'm getting a ring that's all white as well. So I think I'm going to start going with this white look. I just think it's awesome. Yeah, this watch was only sold in Japan. I had it put on the slow boat to America and had it shipped over here. I think that's cool. All right, we're going to leave it here. See you next week. Next show is Monday, September 23rd, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on All Things YouTube. Let's go over to the Maybe Podcast. Tell them Matt sent you. All right, thanks, everyone. Share this show. A lot of good details were on this show. People will be glad you did. All right, we'll end it here if I can find the new stop button. See, look, they changed this. This is all different. As a streamer, this whole interface is now different. And they're deprecating the old one. And they took the beta off of it. This used to say beta up here. They took the word beta off. That's a big deal in YouTube when they take beta off of things. All right. Gots to go. Thanks, everyone. Stay awesome. See you over on I Like to Make Stuff. Or maybe I've said too much on the We Like to Make Stuff Facebook group. Okay. Bye, folks. Boop.